Michy Batshuayi planted the ball in the net, and the next thing anyone in the Wanda Metropolitano stadium knew, the Atletico Madrid club anthem was emerging through the speakers, and it was time to go home. Yes, that late.Yes, that much of a killer. This was a huge victory for Chelsea. A milestone for English football. too.No English club has won away to Atletico Madrid, and their coach Diego Simeone has remained unbeaten by the English too. Chelsea also became the first visiting club to score at Madrid's new home, and therefore also the first to win. All things considered, then, group stage or not, this was a greatly impressive 3 points, all the more so for coming from behind, and most of all for being thoroughly deserved. Chelsea were the better team here, and could have had the game done before halftime had Eden Hazard and Alvaro Morata taken several chances. They could be a force to be considered in the Champions League this season. Even the 6-0 cakewalk against Karabakh has been put into perspective by Roma's slender 2-1 win in Azerbaijan on Wednesday. Watching from the stand, meanwhile, Diego Costa would have been only too aware of the changing of the guard. He may have got the move his heart desired, but, professionally, it is no upgrade.He has left the stronger team of the two, and Chelsea have moved swiftly on without him. Not only is Morata an outstanding replacement, but Batshuayi is developing into quite the understudy, a scorer of vital goals, like the one that clinched the title against West Brom last season. His winner here looks simple enough, but wasn't. Chelsea still applying late pressure 4 minutes into injury time after David Luiz was fouled, and finally getting the breakthrough from a low cross by Marcos Alonso. Batshuayi turned it in from inside the 6-yard box, and in an instant the final credits were rolling. At first it seemed the Atletico anthem was a forlorn attempt at a rallying cry, then as the players began shaking hands it became apparent it was all over. Batshuayi had truly delivered the last kick of the game, and Atletico were feeling the soft spot where it landed. As for the man Batshuayi replaced after 82 minutes in Chelsea's front line, what more can be said? Low maintenance, but high scoring. If only all strikers were crafted as efficiently as Morata.He alone might not have delivered the win, but he scored the first away goal here and played a huge part in victory over one of European football's toughest opponents. Atletico may have to wait on Costa's first appearance in January, but they are not short of class in his absence. He was back in black in the stand, genial now he has got his way, and his former teammates showed there were no hard feelings when their paths crossed in the tunnel. On the pitch, meanwhile, Morata continues to demonstrate why Costa may not be as missed as many imagine. This was his 7th goal in as many games for Chelsea this season, another one showcasing his impressive aerial ability. What a weapon he is when given good service.It was perfect for him here, a quite lovely cross from the outstanding Hazard, directed past goalkeeper Jan Oblak with delightful ease. That is Morata's talent, making it look easy, when plainly it is not. Costa, it has to be said, was rarely this understated. Everything was aggro, everything was conflict. Morata merely ran off to celebrate his equalizing goal with Chelsea's bench, leading a procession of teammates, only too happy to now present a united front. In one game he now has 50% of Costa's Champions League total for Chelsea. He's scored just 2 goals in 15 matches. Batshuayi's goal was his second for Chelsea in Europe, equaling Costa's total. The goal will have meant a little more to Morata too, having suffered a barrage of jeers and whistles throughout, his punishment for being a former Real Madrid man. The barracking when he was substituted with 8 minutes to go was one of the loudest noises the home crowd generated all night. If only they knew what his replacement would get up to, they would have cheered for him to stay on. So justice was done. Chelsea dominated the bulk of the first half, enjoying a sustained 20 minutes of pressure as impressive as any spell enjoyed by an English side against elite opposition in this competition in years. Yet, somehow, they went in at halftime behind by a goal, and it could have been 2 had Atletico not squandered the last chance of the half. The blame for this deficit had to go to last season's hero, Luiz. Hailed as the man who made Conte's Chelsea click a year ago, his start to the 2017-18 season could not have been more different. He has been sent off for a rash tackle, and here was another costly moment of madness, turning the game on its head in the 39th minute. Chelsea were in control until that point. It had taken Atletico until the 37th minute to mount a threat to goal, when Juanfran got in behind Cesar Azpilicueta on the right flank and hit a cross for Antoine Griezmann that Luiz successfully bundled away. A deflected shot earned a corner, however, and as the ball came in, Luiz needlessly manhandled Lucas Hernandez to the floor, tugging at his shirt in a most obvious fashion. Referee Cüneyt Çakır of Turkey reacted swiftly, brandishing a yellow card for Luiz and signaling the penalty Atletico's play, if not Luiz's lunacy, scarcely deserved. Griezmann took it, old school, a powerful shot past Thibaut Courtois, who spent 3 years on loan here and is still a crowd favorite. He nearly did them a favor too. His parry from a shot by Coke was seconds to go before halftime, succeeding only in pushing the ball out to Saul Niguez. His shot was low and equally fierce, but narrowly wide of the target, with Courtois struggling to recover. A second would have been rough justice for Conte, given the performance he had witnessed to that point. In that period, Chelsea, and Hazard in particular, had overwhelmed Atletico in all departments, bar the scoreline. It was a very rare sight indeed. Simeone's team almost bullied, particularly in the heart of midfield, where N'Golo Kanté and Timo Bakayoko snapped and hassled them in a way that would have been all too familiar to the locals. The physical presence, effort and work rate was an echo of Atletico's own strengths. The beauty of Hazard at his